Hi, is my voice audible to you? Hello, is my voice audible to you?
Yes,
Okay, so in today's class, basically I will discuss some problems on differentiation, because differentiation I have already covered, but I have still some material left, so I will discuss them, and then I will move to maxima and minima of function of two variables. Okay, so without a delay, let's proceed. So I have already discussed about differentiability, but still for your convenience I will give, because we will solve some problems from IIT JAM, those questions which appeared in previous year's problem. I will discuss them and try to solve with you. And so I am just differentiability, differentiability maximum minima, there are many problems. So just for recapitulation I am discussing again. So but in usually in determination of maxima and minima, we will need partial derivatives, not the derivative in the sense. So first of all, so consider fxy equal to x square plus y square. We need to show that it is differentiable at any point a comma b. Now x square plus y square, this is actually a quadratic polynomial, and this type of quadratic polynomials are very nice in the sense that they are continuous everywhere in R2 as well as they are differentiable everywhere at R2. But still, to remember you the definitions, I shall again discuss the its differentiability part, how to prove that they are differentiable. For differentiability of fxy, we have to find epsilon 1 h comma k and epsilon 2 h comma k, such that f of a plus h comma b plus k minus f of a comma b equal to ah plus bk plus h epsilon 1 plus k epsilon 2. And you need to show that this epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 tends to 0, and as h comma k tends to 0, and your a and b are basically nothing but partial derivatives at the point a comma b with respect to x and y. So this is the condition for definition for differentiability, and we need to show that x square plus y square actually follows this definition. So
your screen, your
yes.
screen is not visible.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Is it visible now? Yes. So is it visible now?
It is visible.
Okay, so please stay with me till the end of the class, okay? Because I will also discuss some problems in relevant areas, okay? So now fx a comma b is just limit h. I know that you know these things, but still for convenience, because in YouTube also some people watches the videos. So fx a comma b limit h tends to 0, f of a plus h b. So this is just by definition we are determining, so that not by just you can also determine that if you are advanced, that del f del x equal to 2x, del f del y equal to 2y. So at the point a comma b they are just 2a comma 2b. Now f of a plus h comma b plus k minus f of a b, a plus h whole square plus b plus k whole square equal minus a square minus b square. This will give you twice ah plus h square plus twice bk plus k square, and you see that this twice ah is actually nothing but ah, twice bk is nothing but bk, capital bk, and here plus h square plus k square is h epsilon 1 plus k epsilon 2, where epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 are nothing but the function epsilon and epsilon 2. So now you can see that this epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 they tends to 0, as epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 tends to 0 as h comma k tends to 0. So we get that fxy x square plus y square differentiable at any point a comma b. Now I have some problems. I request you to please solve. So that the function fxy xy x square minus y square by x square plus y square, xy not equals to 0 comma 0, and this is equal to 0 when xy equal to 0 comma 0 is differentiable at the point 0 comma 0. So can you solve it? The problem is same. You need to show that this is differentiable at 0 comma 0. So first and foremost you need to calculate the partial derivatives at 0 comma 0. Please tell me the partial derivatives and then represent as f of h comma k minus f00 equal to a into h plus b into k plus h epsilon 1 plus k epsilon 2, where a and b are the partial derivatives with respect to x and y, and epsilon 1 epsilon 2, these two functions tends to 0 as h comma k tends to 0. Are you solving it? And question 3 is also very easy. I will not just discuss fxy equal to x cube minus y cube by x square plus y square, xy not equals to 0 comma 0, xy equal to 0 comma 0 is continuous and possesses its partial derivatives at 0 comma 0 but not differentiable at the point 0 comma 0. So you can also prove in this way. You can see that epsilon, the a and b, that means the partial derivatives at 0 comma 0 will be 0, and if you write it as f of hk minus f00, you will write it as h cube by h square plus k square minus k cube by h square plus k square, and that you can write at h into h square by h square plus k square, and this h square by h square plus k square will be path dependent. So limit does not exist finitely, they are not approaching to 0 0, so therefore this function is not differentiable at the point 0 comma 0. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, actually I do not have right now iPad. I will connect my iPad when I will discuss the jam problems. So here the main problem is, if you write f of hk minus f of 0 0, you will get 0 into h plus 0 into k plus h into h square by h square plus k square minus k into k square by h square plus k square. So this h square plus by h square plus k square is your epsilon 1, and you can get that h square by h square plus k square does not converge to 0 as hk tends to 0, because it will be path dependent. You take k equal to mh path, you will get the limit value as m by m square by 1 plus m square. So this is dependent upon the 1 by 1 plus m square, and then it is depending upon m. So therefore the limit does not exist, because we know that if limit exists it is unique. Is it clear now?
To apply for a x square plus
Yes, please once again please repeat.
x square.
I am not discussing this one, I am discussing this one.
Question number 2.
Question number 2 is differentiable.
Okay.
And question number 3 is not differentiable. You just write in this form, you will easily get it. You just take a pen and paper, you write in this form, you will clearly get it. And now just okay, I will start some problems of, I will just discuss, let me discuss, I will discuss some problems how this type of exams problems comes in the JAM exam, and you need to solve it within. And then there are some questions, these questions I will not discuss, they are for your home task. You just, I have already shared this link, and here this is week 4 this is week 5 PDF is saved. Here you can get these problems. These are basically, please mute okay. So these problems I will not discuss, just you read them and try to solve, you can easily get them up. And now you can try to solve this one, question 9. If W equal to 2, I have already discussed about chain rule. Question 9 is about if W equal to 2y e की power x minus ln z, where x equal to ln t square plus 1, y equal to tan inverse t, and z equal to e की power t, then determine dw dt at t equal to 1. So how we will solve? You will just put the values of y and x, and then you take derivative dw dt at t equal to 1. So this is a simple application of chain rule. Question 10, if w equal to x plus y by z, where x equal to cos square t, y equal to sin square t, z equal to 1 by t, then determine dw dt by at t equal to 3. So that w will be 1 by z, because cos square t plus sin square t is 1 and z is 1 by t, so that will be t, so dw dt will be 1, and therefore the dw dt at t equal to 3 will be 1. If z equal to 4 e की power x ln y, where x equal to ln r cos theta, y equal to ln r sin theta, then determine del z del r and del z del theta at r comma theta 2 pi by 4. So this is also a practicing problem. You just need to put your x and y, and you can easily solve them. Now here some more applications of chain rule. Here you need to solve del w del u and del w del v when u equal to 0 and v equal to 1, and w is equal to x sin xy plus x sin y, and x and y are implicitly dependent upon u and v, explicitly dependent upon u and v. So one way is that you put the values and then determine, the other one is you can apply chain rule, and in both case you will get the same answer. So these are just simply application of chain rule. Question 13 is if fx, it is a very easy question. If f of x minus y, y minus z, z minus x is differentiable, then show that fx plus fy plus fz equal to 0. So this is also, you replace x minus y, y minus z, z minus as w, you take fu and fv and fw, the partial derivatives, and you can easily get that this 0 condition holds. Now there is one question, so that if w equal to f of u comma v satisfies the Laplace equation, and if u equal to this and v equal to this, then w also satisfies Laplace equation. So w is a function of u comma v, it satisfies Laplace equation, and you are using so w also satisfies Laplace equation from here, and therefore if you use the coordinate transformation x square minus y square by 2 and xy, then the resulting function will also be Laplace in the reduced coordinate also. So that is the main funda, that this type of coordination allows, or this type of coordinate transformation makes the solution of Laplace equation remain a solution of a Laplace equation. So for the function u equal to square root of y square minus x square sin inverse x by y, you need to show that x u x plus y u y equal to u. So this is a problem that is called Euler's theorem. So what does Euler's theorem? This u equal to square root of y square minus x square sin inverse x by y, this is actually a homogeneous function. And what we mean by saying homogeneous function? A function f of x and y is called homogeneous function if f of tx comma ty is equal to t की power n fxy, where n is called the degree of homogeneity. Okay, and here the degree of homogeneity is 1. So this is a homogeneous function. So you can just using Euler's theorem you can prove that x ux plus y uy equal to n into u. That means here n is equal to 1, so that will be u. This is just a simple application of that theorem. Otherwise, if you want to prove using the classical derivative, your life is doomed. But in just knowing that theorem, you can easily make that. Okay, if it is a multiple choice question, you can easily clear using very short span of time, you can write x ux plus y uy equal to u. Similarly, for the function u equal to y cube minus x cube by y square plus x square, you need to show that it is also a x ux plus y uy equal to u. So this is just an extension of Euler's homogeneous theorem. And what is Euler's? Then the second application is Euler's extension theorem. What does Euler's extension theorem say? Euler's extension theorem say that you know Pascal's triangle, like one that is x ux plus y uy. So if you again differentiate it, you will get x square u x x plus 2xy u xy plus y square u yy equal to n into n minus 1 into u, and this is a homogeneous function with degree 2. So sorry, degree 1. So 1 into 1 minus 1 will be 0. So 0, so right hand side will be 0. So x square uxx plus 2xy uxy plus y square uyy will be 0. So that is Euler's extension theorem. Euler's extension theorem says that x square, आप अगर उसको you explain them in terms of binomial coefficients, you consider that partial differential equation, and that solution that will be equal to n into n minus 1 u, and you can generate move it in any dimension. You can get x cube uxx, x cube u triple x plus 3x square y uxxy plus 3xy square uxyy plus y cube u triple y. This is equals to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into u. So this is just classical Euler's extension theorem problem. Now I request you to please solve these two problems. For the function u equal to ln x.
Hello, Moto.
For the function u equal to ln x की power 4 by x plus y, so that x ux plus y uy equal to 3 and x square uxx plus 2xy uxy plus y square uyy equal to minus 3. Yes. Hello. Mr. 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 Muthu, your voice is cracking and I am unable to hear you. Can you please write in the chat box? You please write in the chat box. It is very hard to hear you. Hello. Muthu, I am sorry, but I am very much unable to hear you. Your voice is cracking badly. Okay, thank you. Now it is 6. Six and minus 3 and minus 3. Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. So now I am one more problem. So this problem solve for the function u equal to cos inverse x plus y root x plus root y, so that x ux plus y uy equal to this. Okay, I will, you can solve this. Already I have provided the solution. I will not discuss them. Just application of Euler's extension theorem, you can easily solve them. Okay, there are some more solution. Okay, now I will discuss some problems in admit all. Okay, now I will discuss some problems from JAM. Let's begin. JAM admit all. JAM 2025 mathematical science question. डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन का भी आएगा, फंक्शन ऑफ ऐसे ऐसे आएगा। डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन है क्या क्या अलजेब्रा, इंटीग्रेशन, डिफरेंशिएशन, this I will discuss one. This is maxima minima. I will discuss them also once I finish maxima minima, the number of elements in the set. Okay, this problem I have already discussed in last class. Please watch my video. This is a very nice problem. Solve this problem. Write down this problem. This is JAM 2025 question for mathematical science. So let f r2 to r defined by fxy equal to x square plus sin x y square by x square plus y square if xy not equals to 0 comma 0 and it is 0 if x comma y equal to 0 comma 0, then which of the following is are true? Limit xy tends to 0 0, option A fxy exists. Limit xy tends to 0 0, fxy equal to 1, it exists and it equals to 0. F is differentiable at 0 comma 0, f is not differentiable at 0 comma 0. Please solve it. You know I have already discussed differentiability. आप मुझे बताओ इसका आंसर क्या आएगा, and you have 5 minutes time because you will not get that much time in competitive exam, but I am giving. Just write down the problem and tell me the answer. I will zoom so that you can easily visualize it. Are you solving this problem? Please, this is a problem solving session. Only 2-3 person have joined.
B and C are correct answer.
B and C. Okay. So let's see. X square plus sin x, y square x square plus y square. Yes, because the numerator has greater 0 parts than the denominator. So limit exists and limit is actually 0. प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट होता अगर नीचे ज़्यादा 0 होता और ऊपर इक्वल 0 होता है एक्स स्क्वायर, तो इसमें कितने जीरोज आएंगे? 2 जीरोज आएंगे. साइन एक्स में उसका टेलर अगर सोचोगे, इफ यू कंसीडर द टेलर यू विल गेट एक्स, सो 1 0. सो इन द न्यूमरेटर यू हैव मिनिमम 3 जीरोज, मतलब 0 क्यूब, but here you have 0 square plus 0 square. So I am not in a mathematical way, I am discussing this as a so that you can solve in the exam. So that is why there will be no problem will arise, and you will have the limit to be exist and it equals to be 0. And is it differentiable? The answer is yes, because if you take partial derivatives you will get it as 0 comma 0 and 0 comma 0, and you can still write it as wait it will not be differentiable. F is not differentiable at 0 comma 0, because if you write it as sin h into k square by h square plus k square will come. So your epsilon 2 will be sin h k into sin h by h square plus k square. Sin h is a bounded function, so you will get k by h square plus k square, and k by h square plus k square does not converge to 0 as h comma k tends to 0. So f is not differentiable at 0 comma 0. So the 34th answer is B and D. The answer is B and D. Okay. So you will get possibly, is it a numerical type question? So you will get minus 0.66. So be careful. So got my point? Your answer is B and D. You understood how it is happening? Okay. Okay, I will just, oh shit. Okay, just see, observe. This will be become your epsilon 2 will come as sin h into k divided by h square plus k square. So if you remember sin h is a bounded term. It is bounded by plus minus 1. So your main contributor is k by h square plus k square, and k by h square plus k square does not converge to 0 as h comma k tends to 0. So that is why you are not by definition it will not be differentiable. Is it clear now? Just by framing f of h comma k minus f00 equal to ah plus bk plus epsilon 1h plus epsilon 2k, and your epsilon 2 will be not converging to 0 as your h comma k tends to 0 0. Is
if you convert k
no, polar coordinate will not give you answer. Polar coordinate will not give you answer, because in the numerator you will get r square, and in the above you will have sine of r cos theta into r sin theta divided by, so r will remain in the above, and in the below you will get 2r. you will not get answer. It is not differentiable. Okay. Because sine is a polynomial, not polynomial function na, sine is a trigonometric function. If you consider the Taylor expansion, still you will get that that will be dependency, that will not be properly converging, because you will have 1 by r in the that is not convergent if you clearly expand it. You got it? Just try, because I in my iPad I do not have charge, otherwise I would have it is still not charged yet. So this is B and D is the answer. You understood my argument? Did you understand my argument? Okay, let's move to the next problem. Are there any problem? This is a easy problem. This also you can try. This is a single variable calculus. We all know this type of things. A ki power x, so 2 square, so 2 square is 4, so you can get 2 ki power x minus 1 divided by x cube. So you can adjust it by x. 1 minus cos x is 2 sin square x by 2. You adjust them up and you will get the answer, because a ki power x minus 1 by a is a into ln 2. So 2 into ln 2 will come, and then you need to adjust with 1 minus cos x by x cube, which is a very easy question. You can determine the value of alpha. Differential equation I think is in the syllabus. I will discuss differential equation when it will come. Now this one, let f r to r be defined by x. This is a NAT, that means numerical problem. We let f r2 to r be defined by fxy equal to x square minus y square into xy by x square plus y square if fxy not equals to 0 comma 0 and is 0 if xy equals to 0 comma 0, then the value of del f del y 1 comma 0 and minus del f del x 0 comma 2 is equal to dash. Just you put the basic definition. Do not try by doing del f del y in that way. Just use definition that del f del y at a comma b is f of a comma b plus k minus f of a b by k. Determine. Please determine this problem. Determine the value. Did you solve the answer? What is the answer? Del f del y will be 2 plus k, that means 4 plus k whole square, and then at 1 0, so at 1 0 will be 0. That 0 component will vanish, so that will be 4 and 1, that will be 1, no, that will be 1, and del f del x 0 2 will be 2, so answer will be 3. Did you determine the answer? Maybe the answer will be 3. I have just orally I have solved. Did you solve the answer? Please respond. Please, this is very easy problems. Please respond. Did you solve the answer? Please tell me. It is 3, answer will be 3. Let's see. 50. Yes, 50 is 3. 2.98 to 3.02, that means 3. They actually give like this for numerical questions. Some range. Okay, so these easy questions. Did you try it? Okay. So सब छोड़ के भाग गए. If you do not solve mathematics, you will never learn mathematics. Okay, so next I will discuss about maxima and minima of two variables. Then I will solve these jam problems. This note also you follow. This note I have already updated. This is a very nice note. Since I have discussed in different Professor Anuj Jhakar's note, so I have not utilized this note this time. Otherwise, in usual classes, I usually talk about this note. Okay, so this time I will discuss about maxima and minima. So what is maxima minima? Maxima minima says that if you have a point A comma B in R2, and if you get a neighborhood of h comma k such that you get a neighborhood of h comma k such that your f of a plus h comma b plus k is minus f of a b is greater than or equal to 0 or greater than 0, then it is called a minima. Otherwise, if you find out a neighborhood such that, in other words, if you have some neighborhood of a comma b such that for any point x comma y belonging to that point, f of x comma y minus f of a comma b is greater than 0 whenever for all x comma y, then a comma b is a local minimum, and if a comma b, f of a comma b minus fxy is greater than 0 for all x comma y, then it is called a local maximum. Now if over this neighborhood is actually the entire domain, then it is called the maxima, global maxima or global minima. If any maxima or minima, they are usually called as extremum points. So what is the necessary condition? The necessary condition is del f del x equals to 0 and del f del y equal to 0. Suppose f is differentiable in an open set around the point a comma b, and the point a comma b is a point of local extremum, then by taking the one variable function psi x equal to f of x comma b, we see that the point x equal to a is a point of local extremum for psi. Therefore by the one variable calculus psi prime x equal to 0, that is del f del x a comma b equal to 0 and del f del y a comma b equal to 0. Just generalization. This generalization holds for any number of variables. Next, so they are actually, apart from maxima minima, they are also one classification that is called saddle point. Saddle point means that x comma y, a comma b is a extremum point, but it is del f del x and del f del y are getting you 0, but they are not giving you the maxima minima condition, they are not satisfying. So this type of extremum points are called actually saddle points. That means for saddle point you will have a maximum manifold and a minimum manifold. So this is will contain local maxima in half of the side and the local minima in half of the side. So that is called a saddle point. So now this is the condition. There is another condition called eigenvalue condition. I will not go into eigenvalue condition because till now I have not discussed about linear algebra. So here how you can determine, here the determination process is like del f del x, you determine del f del y. In our here standard notation, a is del f del x, c is del f del y, and sorry, a is del 2f del x square, c is, or rather you can use notation r, s and t, where r and t are actually, because you get confused with the del f del x and del f del y notation. So if your ac minus b square, if your del 2f del x square is greater than 0, as well as del 2f del x square into del 2f del y square minus del 2f del x del y whole square is greater than 0, then it is a local minimum. And if your del 2f del x square is less than 0 but ac minus b square is greater than 0, it is a local maximum. And if ac minus b square is less than 0, then it is called a saddle point. And if ac minus b square equal to 0, then linearity test fails. So now determine the critical points and their nature of fxy equal to xy minus x square minus y square minus 2x minus 2y plus 4. Determine this. Find critical points and their nature of fxy equal to xy minus x square minus y square minus 2x minus 2y plus 4. You determine it. Please determine this problem. Okay, solve this problem. fxy equal to xy minus x square minus y square minus 2x minus 2y plus 4. So if you take del f del x, you will get y minus 2x minus 2. If you take del f del y, you will get x minus 2y minus 2. You need to solve it. Y minus 2x equal to 2 and x minus 2y equal to 2. So therefore the critical point is minus 2 minus 2. And if you determine a, that means fxx and fyy, you get fxx is less than 0. Now you calculate fxx into fyy minus fxy whole square. This is less than 0, so that means it is a local maximum. A is less than 0, but ac minus b square is greater than 0, so it is a local maximum. Derivative test fails for x minus y 0 square whole square, because x minus 0 whole square has only one critical point at 0. Basically 0 comma 0 is a saddle point. Oh sorry, fxy greater than or equal to 0 and fxs equal to 0. You can imply that this x minus y whole square gets the minimum value at 0, otherwise they are all positive. So x minus y whole square, if you line y equal to x, they are all actually hello আমি ক্লাস নিচ্ছি পরে করছি Now find the critical points and the nature for the function fxy equal to x cube plus 3xy plus y cube, fx equal to plus 3x square plus 3y equal to 0, fy equal to 3x plus 3y square equal to 0, x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. You will get x equal to minus 1 and y equal to minus 1. So fx equal to 3x square plus 3y equal to 0, fy equal to 3x plus 3y square equal to 0, x equal to 0, y equal to 0 and x equal to minus 1, y equal to minus 1. So then you can get it that fxx equal to 6x, fxy equal to 3, fyy equal to 6y. So therefore 0 comma 0 ac minus b square is less than 0, so it will be a saddle point. And if you solve for minus 1, you will get it as ac minus b square greater than 0 and a actually less than 0, so that will be a local minimum. Now this global maxima minima you just read on your own. So suppose we have a function defined on some domain. So you how to determine, I will discuss about discussing a problem. See, find the absolute maxima and minima of fxy equal to 2 plus 2x plus 2y minus x square minus y square. So by taking del f del x and del f del y equal to 0, you get within the interior. Okay, so within the interior you have 1 comma 1. So 1 comma 1 is the only critical point within the interior. Now you have the boundary. So first put x equal to 0. If you put x equal to 0 here, you get fy equal to 2 plus 2y minus y square. Now df dy equal to 0. That means 2 minus 2y equal to 0. That means y equal to 1. So your point is f of 0 comma 1. So f of 0 comma 1 is actually 3. So this 0 comma 1 is actually a critical point. Now on the segment y equal to 9 minus x, you put y equal to 9 minus x. You get it as minus 61 plus 18x minus 2x square. You take del f del x equals to 0. You will get it as x equal to 9 by 2. So x equal to y equal to 9 minus 9 by 2. That means 9 by 2 is one of the critical point. Now f of 9 by 2 is minus 41 by 2. Now you take x equal to y equal to 0 same. So you take different critical points 0 comma 0, 9 comma 0, 0 9, and if you determine them you will get as minus 61, and you get that the global maximum is achieved at the point 1 comma 1, that is the interior, and the minimum is actually minus 61, which is achieved at the point 0 comma 9, and f of 9 0. Because this is a triangle na, so your boundary point will be 0 comma 0 0 comma 9 9 comma 0. So you need to calculate on the entire bounded region and region. So therefore you first calculate within the interior, you calculate on the lines and then on the points, the values on the points, and then from them you tell about the global maxima minima of the function. Next, I will discuss something called okay, let's discuss some problems from JAM paper. Maxima minima. These problems I have already discussed. This problem, solve it. Mr. Muthukumar, please solve this problem. Let f r2 to r be defined by fxy equal to e की power y x square plus y square for all x comma y belongs to R2. Then which one of the following is true? The number of points at which f has a local minimum is 2. The number of points at which f has a local maximum is 2. The number of points at which f has a local minimum is 1. The number of points at which f has a local maximum is 1. Solve this problem. Just same. Sorry, I lost my here internet, just internet got vanished. Anushka ma'am, please solve this problem. Is my screen is visible? Please respond. Hello, is my screen visible? Hello, is my screen visible? Okay, so first and foremost you need to get del f del x equal to 0 and del f del y equal to 0. If you take del f del x equals to 0, you will have del e की पावर y, वो कोई काम में नहीं आएगा, वो कभी 0 नहीं हो सकता, उसको पहले ही हटा दो. तो 2x equal to 0 and 2y equal to 0. So 0,0 is actually your del f del x. 2x equals to 0 and 2y equal to 0. So 0,0. So it has a local minimum. The number of points at which f has a local minimum is 1, 27c, that is the 0,0. Otherwise it will be always a positive. So just like x minus y whole square. So this is the answer of this problem will be 27. The problem will be, answer will be 27 will be 27c. 27c, and for this problem you will get 2 marks. Easy problem. Now let's move to some more difficult problem. This one, let fx equal to 10x square plus e की power x minus sin 2x minus cos x equal to x belongs to R, the number of points at which the function f has a local minimum. Local minimum इसका कैसे आएगा? Let fx equal to 10x square plus e की power x minus sin 2x minus cos x. Very tricky question. See, the function sin 2x and cos x. So sin 2x minus cos x, this will be a wavy function. Okay. So 10x square minus plus e की power x minus sin 2x minus cos x. So sin 2x minus cos x, how it will look? So sin 0. So that will actually look like a wave, sin 2x minus cos x, and that will make actually this function also wavy. So that means 17, the answer will be D. Maybe I do not know, but 17 the answer should be D. Yes, no. 17, the answer is B. Why 17? The answer is B. The number of points at which the function f has a local minimum. Okay, so df dx, you calculate df dx. Df dx will give you 20x plus e की power x equal to 2 cos 2x plus, no sorry, 10x square plus 20x plus e की power x. This will be minus 2 cos 2x plus sin x will be equal to 0. Now 20x plus e की power x, this for local minimum it should have 2 cos 2x plus minus sin x. It should satisfy this. Now 2 cos 2x minus sin x, this will be a wave, and 20x plus e की power x will eventually blow up as x approaches in both sides. So they will only equal with one another when sin x, cos x, when x equal to 0. That means only one. X equal to 0 is the local minimum. Yes, x equal to 0 is the local minimum. Sorry for my intuitive, I was wrong. So df dx equal to 0, you need to cross check, and then you will get only 1, because if you take df dx, you will get 20x plus e की power x equal to 2 cos 2x plus sin x, and 2 cos 2x sin 2x becomes 1. 2 cos 2x minus sin x becomes 1 when x equals to 2 cos 2x, so that will be 2, and 10x square plus e की power x, that will cut there. From the curve we should have idea, so that will be 0, that will be, so 2 cos 2x. We need to think about this problem. This is a very tricky problem. Some tricky problems will be there always in this type of competitive exams. Okay, I will think about this problem. Maxima minima I have discussed. What about this problem? Let f and g be two functions defined as fx equal to mod x की power 1 by 8 mod of sin 1 by x into cos x if x not equals to 0. This is 0 if x equals to 0. So mod x की power 1 by 8, this tends to 0. Sin 1 by x mod is a bounded function, cos x also 1 is a bounded function, cos 0 1, and then f is continuous at x equals to 0. F is continuous at x equals to 0. And about g, cos 1 by x will oscillate. It is bounded but it will oscillate. So g is not continuous at x equal to 0. So 4 will be B. Four is A. Wow. Oh, sorry, 4 is A. Right. F is continuous at x equals to 0 and g is not continuous. So my argument was correct, but I have identified the option as wrong. So this type of problems, be careful. It is easy because e की power x cos 1 by x, e की power x is 1 and cos 1 by x is oscillating. So that is why this is not continuous at x equals to 0. Now this one, f g r to r be two different defined functions. Fx equal to x mod of sin 1 by x. This is 0. Is it differentiable? For take h greater than 0. G is not differentiable. First and foremost, g is not differentiable. So for f, so h, if, so that will be mod h into, so that will be h sin 1 by h. Yes, f is differentiable but g is not differentiable. 3 is also a. 3 is also a, because x mod x sin 1 by x, if you take f(h0) minus f0, fh minus f0 by h, so that will give you h cut, so mod h into mod of sin 1 by h. If h is positive, you will get it as plus h sin 1 by h, that tends to 0, and h is negative, that means still it will converge to 0. So therefore f is differentiable at x equals to 0, but g is not differentiable. So the answer is 3a. 3a. Very nice. The differential equation का problem है ये sequence का problem है. तो till now I have discussed about these problems. Okay, but still we have some time left. So let's move to JAM 2025, because I will not start today the question of, I will discuss Lagrange's multiplier test in the next class. JAM 2025 mathematics science question paper. Let's solve some problems here also. Okay. JAM 2025 IIT मद्रास का क्वेश्चन थोड़ा ट्रिकी होता है हमेशा. IIT Madras always do difficult question. Okay, so define the function f R2R fxy equal to 12xy e की power minus 2x plus 3y minus 2. So first and foremost you will get 12x plus 12y minus 2x minus 3y plus 2, so that means 10x plus 9y, 10x plus 9y plus 2 equal to 0. Oh sorry, first you will get del f del x अगर आप करोगे तो you will get 12y minus 3y, तो 12y minus 3y, so 9y will be 0. Sorry, 12x minus 3 equal to 0. So 12x minus 3 equal to 0, it will give you 12x minus 3 equal to 0, so that means x equal to 1 by 4, and again you will get, if you take del f del x, you will get it as 12y minus 2 equal to 0, so y will be 1 by 6, so 1 by 3 comma 1 by 6, and at 1 by 3 comma 1 by 6, 1 by 3, and this is 1 by 6, 1 by y is 1 by 3, y as 1 by 3, so 12x minus 12x 1 by 4, 1 by 4, and this will give you del f del y will give you 12x minus, so 1 by 4, and this will give you 12y minus 2, that means 1 by 6, 1 by 3 and 1 by 6, sorry 1 by 4 and 1 by 6, 1 by 4 comma 1 by 6. now 1 by 4 comma 1 by 6 में आपको वो कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा del f del x, so don't forget it will come as E, and you need to calculate del 2f del x square. Now we can think in other ways also. Define the function f R2R. So now you calculate del 2f del x square, del 2f del x square, and then you calculate del 2f del y square, del 2f del x del y. The answer should be 0, 30t, because that will be a maxima. I think that will be a maxima. That should answer will be so 2, and also the maxima when e ki power, when this is equals to 0. 2x plus 3y minus 2 should be 0. 2x plus 3y minus 2 equal to 0. What will be the answer? 30. The answer will be the answer will be Mickey. The answer is A. 30. The answer is A. That means 2. Need to cross check. How is the point of local maximum of f? IIT Madras always makes trickier question. ओके, नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम देखते हैं। इसको इसका 2 आंसर कैसे आता है, मुझे इसका क्वेश्चन देखना पड़ेगा। This one also, so you can see that maxima minima you will get answer. Every jam paper you will get so every year you will get one question from this segment. This is also an important problem. So note down this problem. We shall discuss this problem in next day's class. There is no electricity right now, So I need to stop today. So this problem is sxy equal to r2x এটা দেওয়া 0, you need to take del f del x del f del y. del f del x del f del y, आप इसको 4x प्लस समथिंग आएगा minus 1 by x, then you need to solve them. 4x square will be 1, x equal to plus minus 1 by 2, and y equal to plus minus 1 by 6, plus minus 1 by 2 and plus minus 1 by 6 will be, so आप इसमें से you will get total 4 points. लोकल मैक्सिमम आएगा नहीं, आंसर लोकल मिनिमम 35 B and D, 35 B and C. There is a unique point in S such as fxy is attains local minimum. Local minimum unique आएगा, and how it is bounded, is 2r twice x square. Bounded or unbounded, I do not know. Okay, this I will in IIT Ropar I will put it as an open problem. Okay, thank you for joining. This is okay, class is stopped. Exit.